Kevin Hunter here with Larry Byman, and those of you that joined us, if you are currently suffering from Parkinson's, we're going to share with you some of the journey that Larry Byman has gone through with Parkinson's himself. So first of all, Larry, talk about what was the year that you were diagnosed with Parkinson's, and how long have you been going through this?
I was diagnosed in October of 2008, so this is coming up on
12 years?
12 years already.
Yeah. So you went through a lot of the traditional responses that people have with Parkinson's as far as some of the treatment, and then at some point you involved Dr. Duncan. When did that happen?
I didn't see Dr. Duncan until 2017 in the fall. In October. It was what is that? 9 years after I was diagnosed.
Right.
And I actually saw him to help me get type 2 diabetes under control, not realizing that in the entire scheme of things, he was going to be able to help me with Parkinson's. So it was just a win-win as far as I was concerned.
Sure.
In the long run.
So. Do you find that there's a correlation? So in the treatment of diabetes, I'm asking this question for a specific reason, is that what it takes to create healthy human cells. If you deploy that kind of strategy, you will generally address the concerns of a lot of different disease. There can be so I'm curious that some of the protocol that you started initially that related to diabetes, did you start to see some carryover in improvement of symptoms with Parkinson's?
Well, I saw carryover, first of all, into a whole bunch of other issues that I'd been struggling with for 35 plus years, particularly in the area of cholesterol control and lipids. So I started the functional medicine program in October of 17. I did my first follow-up blood work in January of 2018, and to my amazement, and honestly I was a little skeptical when I started the functional medicine, but I had gotten to a point where I was at a very low point. All these things the doctors had me try for years didn't work. So the first blood work I had done in January of 2018, every single blood test from a normal battery was normal. For the first time in 35 plus years. Not only had my A1C dropped dramatically from above 7 down to 5.6, cholesterol, lipids, all of that stuff was normal. And when I saw my physician, who by the way I hadn't told I was doing this, because some of them are skeptical to the nth degree almost about anything other than traditional Western medicine, he looked at the results and he looked at me and said, "What have you done?" He was absolutely floored. So here we are, a little over 2 years into, this fall will be 3 years on the program, and following the functional medicine with all the items that go in the change in diet, the certain supplements that are targeted, that target specific issues, all my blood work has remained normal during that time. And then partway into it, Dr. Duncan mentioned that there are things that can be done to target the brain cells that are affected by Parkinson's in the substantia nigra. And he started me on certain supplements that specifically target those. And what has happened is that a number of the secondary Parkinson's symptoms, not the non-motor type, have improved dramatically. And we've also had all my amalgam fillings taken out. When that was gone, the brain fog disappeared, which I was attributing entirely to the Parkinson's, and I was able to start driving again. So it has given a sense of liberation, and I've gotten part of my life back by doing that. It's just, it's absolutely incredible. just incredible.
Well, for those of you who are listening here today, what you're going to hear is an unfolding of this story as it moves forward, because Larry is going to share what that journey was like, starting in those first 8 years, and how the symptoms continued to get worse and worse, and where the turn actually started happening in 2017 and why. So a lot of that journey coming up ahead for us. Make sure you tune in for all the upcoming shows. Kevin Hunter with Larry Byman. Thanks everyone for joining us. Till next time, take care.